How to get clients from LinkedIn, 7 steps for beginners. This is the 2024 tutorial. First thing that I want you to do is optimize your profile for visibility. This means doing everything from having a great banner and headshot to a really well thought out summary that talks about the transformation that you offer, to including the search phrases that your prospects are using. What I want you to understand is that your clients exist right now. They're on LinkedIn and they're looking for the solution that you provide. They are problem aware and they are solution seeking. Make yourself easy to be found by using those search phrases everywhere throughout your profile, so that when you create your profile, you're building something that is easily found, that will surface when people are searching for what you do. I want you to publish value-driven content. Here's what we know from surveys that LinkedIn has done from their own users. They have determined that people show up on LinkedIn and they want to consume content from experts and authorities that they trust, and they want that content to help them get better at what they do. So you can help people get better at what they do in some way. The content that you create on LinkedIn should speak to that. So create educational-based content that is going to help people get better at what they do. Oh, and by the way, if you would like to brainstorm with me about how you attract clients from social media, I'm going to put a link right here to my calendar. I'll also include that in the video description so that you can grab 15 minutes on my calendar. I'll ask you a bunch of questions and give you a bunch of advice. Number 3 is to leverage the power of LinkedIn articles. Articles differ from posts on LinkedIn in that they are intended for longer form content. So where you might use a post to give a quick tip or an update, I want you to use articles for long form information that goes deep into one particular subject. Now, if you're looking for something really advanced here, when LinkedIn allows you to do so, turn on creator mode and turn your articles into newsletters. This is going to help you get more reach and surface in front of newer audiences. And you might be wondering, how often should you post a LinkedIn article? I often find that a cadence of about once a week works really well for me. That gets the content out in front of my audience, but isn't overwhelming with the amount of stuff that I'm producing. The 4th step is to engage authentically in groups on LinkedIn. You'd be surprised how few people know that there are actually groups on LinkedIn that they can become a part of. To go into these groups in a way that's different than most people do. Because what do most people do? They go into the group and they're just there hunting around for prospects. And nobody wants that. It's one of the reasons people don't like going into groups in the first place, because they just feel like they're being subject to the predators who are joining those groups just to push their sales message. So don't be like those people that nobody likes anyways, and go into these groups and contribute value-led content. Rest assured, the people in the groups are going to identify you as an expert who has authority, and they're going to come to you looking for your service. You don't have to force the sales message on someone, and if you just go in and contribute to the conversation with educational-led content, you're going to do very well inside of these groups. Number 5 is to use LinkedIn's advanced search features. Now, you might be wondering, do I need a paid LinkedIn account for this? The answer is no. You can do this with the completely free LinkedIn account, where you go into LinkedIn search and you leverage the power of advanced search, where you can also search based on criteria like job title. And when you leverage the power of these advanced searches, you can really hone in on who your perfect prospect is. And then you can start making connections with those people, which brings me right to number 6, which is authentically connecting with the people on LinkedIn. How many times are you getting connection requests from people that you have no idea who they are? There's no note included. You don't know how they found you. And when you look at what they do, you pretty much groan and say, here comes somebody else that's just going to be slamming me with a sales pitch on LinkedIn. It happens every single day. Some of us it happens to more than others, but I'm sure it's happened to you. So let's not be like those people, because nobody really likes those people anyways. And if you've been one of those people and you've changed, congratulations. If you are one of those people now, stop. And let's start authentically connecting with people. That means looking at their profiles before you connect with them, finding something that is common between you and them, and referencing that in a note that you send them when you're establishing that connection. Does it take a little bit more time to do this? Of course it does. But if you're the kind of person who can stick with something for a long period of time, you're going to do better than the person with the 30-second attention span. Sorry if you're out there watching this with a 30-second attention span. I doubt you've made it this long in the video, but I'll apologize anyway. And I think a very important step for anybody who's just beginning on LinkedIn, or even if you've been using LinkedIn for a while, is to take a value first approach, or lead with education. So when you make a new connection, seek to add value to them without the expectation of them saying, hey, let's get on a sales call so you can pitch to me. Just lead with education. What I want you to know is most people want to be educated before they make any kind of a buying decision. So if you're the one that's doing the education, when it comes time for them to make that buying decision, guess who they're going to want to go with? It's going to be you. So lead with education, lead with value, and watch the amazing impact that has on establishing you as the expert who has education and experience. You've got authority, you can be trusted, and you've helped other people make a transformation.